The TV1 News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TV1 News. I'm Jasmine Irujak.
And I'm Rex Lita. Join me later in the Bulletin for Sports.
In this edition, hearing into Section 18 case concludes, from US to Beijing, and the friendly indoor football match. Election petitioner and runner-up in the Southern Highlands provincial seat, Peter Nupiri, says he will file for a review to allow for a 5-man bench to review the Supreme Court's decision that dismissed his leave application on September the 18th, 2023.
Press conference this afternoon in Port Moresby, Nupiri clarified that the courts dismissed his petition based on technical issues and not the substantive matter. He said justice has been denied and a precedent has now been set. Nupiri further elaborated that an opportunity to correct errors made by the Electoral Commissioner and the appropriate interpretation of the law has been missed.
The National Judiciary, the Chief Justice, to set up a full bench to determine whether or not Section 208, 209 is relevant in throwing out petitions because someone has gone in and paid the security fees and filing the petition together with the receipt. Whether that is wrong or right, that needs to be determined.
Nupiri adds his supporters back home in the province to stay calm, and while he seeks further redress at the High Court, he further thanked all his supporters from every corner of Southern Highlands province who stood firmly with his team from the beginning through to this end.
I want to appeal to all my supporters back home in our province to stay calm and continue to maintain order back in your communities. Elections are over. This is just a matter of court proceedings that we are going through. And so I want to appeal to everyone to not cause any problem within the communities that they are. There is another time for election that will come.
Nupiri said he will formally file the review application next week. Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
The hearing into the S18 Special Supreme Court reference filed by former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill concluded yesterday before a full bench. A date for a decision has been reserved and will be made known at a later time given the sensitivity of this case.
The bench yesterday morning and sitting throughout the day were Chief Justice Segib Salika, Deputy Chief Justice Ambeng Kandakasi, Justice David Kennings, Justice Penuel Mogish, and Justice Eric Carrico. The applicant, Peter O'Neill, was represented by the Young and Williams lawyers through Ron Webb of the Queen's Counsel. Webb in his submission raised two concerns, the first being whether the first meeting of the 11th Parliament was validly fixed and held on August 9, 2022 in compliance with Section 124 of the Constitution and Section 1 subsection 1 of the Organic Law on the calling of meetings of Parliament. His second concern was that Section 63 of the Organic Law on the integrity of political parties and candidates is inconsistent with the requirements of Section 50 of the Constitution and so should be declared invalid, and consequently the election of the Prime Minister on August 9, 2022 also be declared invalid. Section 50 of the Constitution gives rise or authorizes Section 63 of the Organic Law on the integrity of political parties and candidates. Responses were received from the counsels of the Attorney General, Pilar Niringi, represented by Mel and Henry lawyers, through the engagement of a barrister from the Queen's Counsel, and the other 5 interveners, including the Registry of Political Parties and Electoral Commission. At the conclusion of the submissions, Chief Justice Sir Gibbs Salika, presiding over the case, adjourned the matter for a decision to be made at a later date. He said they will need time to consider the submissions and will inform the parties through their associates of the date fixed for the decision. He added that the matter was important and they will work diligently to deliver a decision as soon as possible. The decision of this case will determine the legality of the first meeting of the National Parliament on 9th August after the 2022 National General Elections and the subsequent appointment of the Prime Minister. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
The Chief Executive Officer of Laloki Psychiatric Hospital in Port Moresby appeared before a committal court today. Losavati Wilbur Daugunu, 57, from Fiji, is facing 6 charges of misappropriation, corruption, and abuse of public office. Daugunu was charged with 2 counts of official corruption under Section 87(1)A and Section 87(1)B respectively, 2 counts of misappropriation of property under Section 383(a)(1)A, and 2 counts of abuse of officer under Section 92(1) of the PNG Criminal Code Act. Police investigation also revealed that the defendant had allegedly used her powers to influence hospital staff to gain access to hospital funds to fund her private company. Lawyer representing Daugunu said that the defendant was later charged by police with an additional charge, making the charges from 6 to 7. However, the police prosecutor presiding over the case was unaware of the additional charge. Therefore, Magistrate Albert Daniels adjourned the matter to November the 2nd, 2023, for police to look into the additional charge. With only 3 days remaining before polling starts in North Bougainville, in the autonomous region of Bougainville, strong advocate for women Roseline Kenneth delivered her final message to the people at Belisi Park on Wednesday in Buka. Kenneth is contesting the North Bougainville seat after it was left vacant when MP William Nakin passed away.
Contesting the North Bougainville seat with 17 other candidates, Roseline Kenneth is a pioneer staff at the Office of Bougainville Affairs. She was employed as Manager for Public Affairs from 1998 to 1999 under the Bougainville Affairs Minister late Sam Akoitai and Sir Michael Somare. Ms. Kenneth, who is contesting under the banner of the Liberal Party, delivered her key message during her campaign promoting women empowerment and fair representation in all sectors.
North Bougainville and in all central na South Bougainville. You got people area, the mainland, na the whole of Buga Island, then the atolls and the islands. So people challenges stuff, lo bring him service, go all get a have, lo North Bougainville, where you have islanders, mainlanders, and Buga Islanders.
Leader of Liberal Party, Sejon Pundari, flew into the autonomous region of Bougainville on Wednesday. He said Ms. Kenneth is the right candidate that will make the change in North Bougainville with a vision to carry on the legacy of the late MP William Nakin. Sejon said people have the choice and must follow what's in their heart to vote for a good leader. Freddie Mo.
Me look somewhere that him not an block is in big name. Him not an block fly high. Him not block down in them yet. Me extending this block walk block and look at mama. Extending this block walk block and look at this place beginning. Continuing this rehabilitation process. Freeing you blood and liberating you blood for your educational needs.
Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
With the Prime Minister James Marape scheduled to attend the Road and Belt Initiative meeting in China next month, he has put forward to the U.S. the country and wider Pacific Island nations stand on issues affecting the Pacific. Marape says PNG can't continue to rely on the government-to-government and military-to-military relationship it has now with the U.S. Times have changed and the U.S. has been told to look beyond this to maintain their strong presence in the Pacific.
Upon returning from the second U.S.-Pacific Leaders Summit, Prime Minister James Marape briefed the nation of the highlights of his meeting together with other Pacific Island leaders and the U.S. President Joe Biden. He said while PNG respects and enjoys the relationship it has with U.S., it is time now to look beyond the traditional relationship.
And we said we cannot just relate to USA on military and government-to-government relations. It must be practical in every other sense. We have more issues than just military relationship. Whilst we've elevated our relationship in as far as military and government relations are concerned, more importantly for me, the economic sustainability and growth and diversification. I did point to him, I have not sought of investors elsewhere. Investors are here to come. PNG is placed in the middle of East and West. But in the first instance, knowing cultural and ideological and worldview we said U.S. investors are most welcome.
Marape identified areas in the country and the Pacific where U.S. should look seriously at assisting. They include climate change, access to Green Climate Fund, clearance of World War II relics, safety of the Pacific Ocean from chemical and nuclear waste, special visa for PNG and Pacific Islanders, and U.S. investments in the Pacific and PNG.
There were greater conversation made on U.S. investments to be made in Pacific. Papua New Guinea, of course, is privileged to have both Newmont and ExxonMobil, two big corporate conglomerates or giants of U.S., but we ask for not just at that level, but more importantly, businesses in forestry, in fisheries, in agriculture, especially to partner us in our intention to move into the downstream processing sector of our primary resources and export finished product also to USA and to the world around us. We did point to a U.S. business community and a later meeting that was held at Papua New Guinea and Pacific, but more so Papua New Guinea, the closest market to Asia, the closest country to Asia. U.S. business can take up residence in PNG to also produce here, sell back to U.S. market.
Marape leaves for Beijing in October for the Road and Belt Initiative meeting and says PNG remains open and is a fair place to invest in. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
St. John's PNG National Ambulance Operations Centre serves as a crucial component in the provision of emergency medical services in Papua New Guinea. With the goal of ensuring immediate medical assistance, the NAOC operates through a centralized hotline accessible to all residents by dialing 111.
Revelation: the PNG National Ambulance Operations Centre emerges as the vital force behind Papua New Guinea's emergency medical services. With an accessible hotline 111 serving as the nation's lifeline, the NAOC operates 24/7 with 11 dedicated staff managing around 2,000 calls per 12-hour shift. Beyond call coordination, the NAOC proves to be a beacon of efficiency, dispatching ambulances promptly to locations across Papua New Guinea, including the National Capital District, Central, Lae, Kokopo, Kerema, Kundiawa, Goroka, and Mount Hagen.
So all our ambulances, all our ambulance officers and our team here, they know exactly what is required of them to respond in that specific time. But we try our best. We try our best to respond to all the emergencies that come in through our 111 line. So rest assured to our public, to our clients, to our callers, we always do our best here to respond to all emergencies that come through our 111 line.
This strategic deployment results in the swift response to around 21,500 emergencies yearly, a feat highlighted by St. John Ambulance. The NAOC's strategic impact is evident in its life-saving efficiency, gaining precious minutes during critical situations. Equipped with the Responder One system, call takers swiftly gather vital patient information, ensuring a rapid and tailored response.
While you may be talking to the operator, once they've got the basic amount of information, that ambulance call is sent to the dispatcher, and the ambulance could be still going to the scene whilst the caller is on the line. So that way we're getting more information, and then as we get more information, that information is radioed to the ambulance on the way. Call takers take every 111 call from all over Papua New Guinea, as far up as East New Britain, Lae, right down in the central province, they take all 111 calls. So every 111 call comes into here at Port Moresby.
Acknowledging its critical role, the PNG government invested 1.5 million kina in constructing a modern NAOC building fostering advanced technology and efficient communication systems. The NAOC plays a pivotal role in providing accessible pre-hospital healthcare services. The NAOC is more than just a helpline. It's the secret ingredient transforming the nation's emergency response system, providing hope and saving lives precisely when it's needed most. Efforts are underway to expand this transformative service nationwide, signaling a promising future for emergency medical care in Papua New Guinea. Carol Kiri Jr., TVWAN News.
TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
You like serving on winning plus scale rice mechi pack? Scale rice like giving you plenty chance to winning plenty scale prizes. Kind price so same 256 plus scale rice Nambi set, 192 plus scale rice Kemo Eski, not 44 plus JBL and Co speakers, 102 plus wireless microphone. The win, 5 minutes scale rice or oil rice products, writing full name and contact details below the box and receipt, not drop him inside the entry box. You got 4 plus draws, 4 plus fortnight, 116 plus winners, and 16 plus promotion locations. Just try us all. You got terms and conditions for this plan.
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Open Maps.
Welcome back. Port Moresby General Hospital received vital radiation safety and nuclear security equipment from the International Atomic Energy Agency through the National Department of Health at the PMGH Board Conference Room on Wednesday. During a small but very significant ceremony, IAEA National Liaison Officer And Acting Deputy Secretary for National Health Services Standard, Dr. Dora Lentut Katal, handed over the equipment to the hospital.
Port Moresby General Hospital was presented with the radiation safety and nuclear security equipment. Director Medical Services Dr. Connie Sobi, on behalf of the CEO Dr. Paki Molumi, received the equipment from Dr. Dora Lentrud Katal of the International Atomic Energy Agency. The equipment cost around 60,000 kina. It comes under the cancer support projects that IAEA is supporting in Papua New Guinea.
There was a document signed between the Minister of Health, Dr. Reno Tom, and Pua Liu, the IAEA Deputy Director General, and the head of the Department of the Technical Cooperation. They signed a Papua New Guinea country's program framework for the period of 2022 to 2027.
This equipment was delivered as a result of the agreement signed by the Minister for Health and HIV/AIDS, Dr. Lina Tom, and the IAEA Deputy Director General and Head of the Department of Technical Cooperation of PNG's Country Program Framework, or CPF, for the period of 2022 to 2027 in Vienna in September 2022.
We have to fund in order to trigger off IAEA support to us. And we pay a very small amount, 5%, 15%, George, all right, of the total projects for the country. Once that's deposited into IAEA, the rest is IAEA funded.
The equipment will be utilized in ensuring the quality performance of equipment in the radiology, CT, and mammogram machines.
I think it's a milestone we all have to appreciate. It's good to know that staff in the department have received some training. This is mainly for diagnostics, I believe. But going forward, we really need those directives and guidance from your technical experts to better utilize or make best use of this equipment.
Dr. Katal said PNG has been a IAEA member state since 2012. Its 2022 to 2027 CPF identifies 4 priority areas: radiation safety and nuclear security, food and agriculture, health and nutrition, water and environment. The relevant technical staff of the Port Moresby General Hospital had been trained and are ready to utilize the IAEA equipment. Rita Kana, TV1 News.
Tourism and green investments is the theme for World Tourism Day 2023. Lay City hosted a 2-day celebration at the Forest Research Institute to mark this day. The celebrations ended today.
World Tourism Day falls on September 27th every year, according to the United Nations World Tourism Organization. This year, the theme is Tourism and Green Investments. It aims to highlight the need for more investments for the Sustainable Development Goals this year. In Lay, the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority partnered with the Lay City Tourism Bureau to host a 2-day celebration involving stakeholders in the tourism industry. The event, which started on Wednesday, the 27th of September at the Forest Research Institute, also involved presentations throughout the day. Representing the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority on Wednesday was its executive manager from the Provincial Coordination and Product Development Division, Kenewton Kennedy. Kennedy said this year's theme aims to refocus the efforts of the global tourism community from corporate and industrial activities to activities more centered on people, the planet, and collective prosperity.
As the country's designated tourism authority, the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority supports this theme and believes that our move to emphasize on our people, our planet, and our prosperity is exactly what PNG tourism industry needs as the country continues its post-COVID recovery to normalcy. Even with the ongoing global crisis, that are negatively impacting PNG through inflation, high energy prices, supply chain disruptions, and increasing debt, and the recent bad publicity from increased law and order issues, the country remains steadfast and continues to be an attractive tourism destination.
Kennedy outlined that since 2019, PNG has maintained a steady average of over 200,000 visitors seeking adventure, many of whom are returning adventurers or niche market tourists. With the global tourism industry focus now on people, planet, and prosperity through green investment, Kennedy said PNG TPA will be heightening its efforts in this regard. Kamala Guare, TV1 News, Leh.
Green investment has always been one of the foundations of the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority. Speaking at the Leh World Tourism Day conference and expo yesterday, PNG TPA's executive manager from the Provincial Coordination and Product Development Division emphasized on people, the planet, and collective prosperity.
Green investment is nothing new for the Papua New Guinea Tourism Promotion Authority. With this year's World Tourism Day theme of tourism and green investments, PNG TPA's executive manager from the Provincial Coordination and Product Development Division, Kenewton Kennedy, said green investment has always been a foundation of their product development regime. He said over the past 5 to 10 years, they have increased investments in niche tourism products and services, the promotion of cultural events and festivities, and the redevelopment of marketing strategies to better open up access to PNG's wealth of destinations.
Our focus has and always will be to promote PNG's people, their heritage, their culture, and protect PNG's environments through the use of buyer-friendly technologies where possible to realize overall prosperity. This year's theme cements that resolve.
Kennedy said in March this year, the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority launched its Corporate Plan 2023 to 2026, which articulates priority investments like green investments, consistent with the Tourism Promotion Authority Act and the Tourism Sector Development Plan 2022 to 2026. The realization of the corporate plan means that they are already ahead of the curve in terms of having a plan in place to implement healthy tourism development aspirations like green investment. Kamala Guare, TV1 News, Leh.
And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2740 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2665 US, $0.4173 Australian dollars, $0.2463 euro, and 39.51 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower, except gold, and crude oil closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. When we come back, tragic home fire and friends donate to Cheshire.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase EasyPay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and in New Guinea Islands.
SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Right across the nation,
we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young plana lapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great mutu. Sip, sip, da mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Hey, can I get a Virginia?
A what?
Morning King? Heine. The green one?
Parker.
Let's go. Darren and I are traveling around the world to find some new perspectives on some very old problems.
I can't believe this place exists.
Searching for healthy, sustainable living solutions for the planet.
Merge where we live with what we eat.
And all who live on it.
Woo!
From Europe to the Amazon, from superfoods to eco-warriors, welcome to a culture that screams green and responsible.
It's time to get down to earth.
Welcome back. In a devastating turn of events, the Kafale family's warnings about a faulty EasyPay meter replacement tragically materialized as their residence in the Konedobu area behind Post Korea went up in flames today. The fire departments and PNG Power have promised to carry out an investigation to establish the cause of the fire.
The Kafale family, led by their father Salala Kafale and his wife Gepsi Salala, had been persistently reaching out to PNG Power over the past month to address the malfunctioning EasyPay meter in their home. Despite their explicit warnings that a delay could result in an electrical fire, their pleas went unanswered. Salala Kafale recounted the dire situation where tragically the fire did start from the EasyPay meter, consuming their home and possessions.
I'm through PNG Power. Only no can replacing ECP meter because it's ECP meter because it's faulty in the work. So yeah, so it a blackout for 1 week. Then I went and reported to the PNG Power. All come back, all checking, and then power was traveling through, but Emino go through the ECP. So ECP Emino work. ECP in work now. Then me talking about. Otherwise, by fire started from this, so you have to be hurrying replacing new meter box. So me wait to go now. All go talk 7 now. PNG Power from ECP side. Only ring me now. Talk okay. We come and replace new meter. But that meter, only no come replace. Me wait to go. They give me the job number, but only no come back now or replacing this ECP number. Then till now. The fire was started from that ECP meter, yeah. From upstairs, and then still all man started, but only realizing was a fire o'clock. But it started from the ECP meter, yeah. So it spread all the way all over now and fire and that's where the start of the fire. Now they lost everything. So now we place up here. Almost all clothes and flower and everything, electrical goods too, everything in just in SS. Bring me talk travel or ECP meter line because me reporting you but you plan to replace him. The fire started from the ECP meter. So you plan replace him and by not working with him.
Efforts to mitigate further damage were made by PNG Power, disconnecting live wires upon arriving at the scene. The fire department, however, was reportedly delayed in responding to the initial blaze. Fortunately, the house was empty at the time, preventing any casualties. The Kafale family, now left with nothing but the clothes on their backs, was assured by PNG Power and the fire department that a thorough investigation would be conducted to understand the circumstances surrounding this devastating fire. As authorities promised further inquiry, the Kafales faced the daunting task of rebuilding their lives from the ashes of their lost home. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 News.
A landowner company in the PDL-7 area of Como in Hela Province presented $500,000 to Hyde's Gas Development Company to build roads in its communities. Executive Chairman of Croton Laitepo Equities Limited, Andy Hamaga, says 3 main roads will be built to serve people this part of Hela. He said water supply and support to law and order programs will follow.
Communities in the PDL-7 area of Como, Hela Province. People gathered in Ides last weekend to witness the presentation of 500,000 kina to local contractor Ides Gas Development Company to begin work on roads. The executive chairman of Croton Laitepo Equities Limited says the roads will be able to attract investment into the PDL-7 area and bring tangible services like hospitals, schools and others to the area as well.
Investment implement MRDC to get the exercise for 300,000 go one company lo providing feasibility study na costing design lo wara samlang wara go lo all one household lo heights pindo 7 and na lo na other side do mibla beto people lo same PVC pro helai to give him one submission come lo mibla MRDC lo funding.
Croton Laitepo Equities Limited received 22 million kina equity for year 2017 to 2021. Amaga says this benefit is now rolling out to help 177 clans in the PDL-7 area. Amaga says part of the benefit is for investments with plans for a water project and support to police in the process of wetting.
10% right loan, and then we will set him put in money association 7% staff, and then project staff, money provided staff. Investment we talk about the Papua LNG, PNG, or big projects like investments like legal properties also. So this is not talking some people also. That's what we are doing. Law investment side. Project side or we will launching. We pay 500,000. Check go law. AGDC so contractor Bamila ask us the company and by implementing construction roads.
The feasibility study for the road is scheduled to begin in the coming week. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The Cheshire Disability Services received a donation of 10,000 kina today through the Friends and One Talks for Cheshire Disability Services initiative. It was a collaboration effort between companies including Newcrest Mining Limited, Santos PNG, Ruswin Integrated Solutions, PNG Hunters and Abus Nakumu.
The 10,000 kina donation to Cheshire Disability Services was raised from a sausage sizzle held during the last SPPNG Hunters home game at the Santos National Football Stadium on August 12 this year. The initiative came about from a current partnership between Newcrest Limited and the Cheshire Disability Services through the Friends and One Talk for the Cheshire Disability Services. On behalf of Newcrest Country Manager Stanley Command, founding patron of Friends and One Talks, Ruth Waram, when giving a brief background on how the initiative came about, emphasized Cheshire Disability Services rely on donations as such, whether in cash and kind, to continue its critical work in providing services to those people with special needs. She said, what started as a concept has now materialized to something big, thus she's thankful with the partners for coming on board.
We all agreed to that. We reached out to our partners and they agreed to come on board. So we organized that sausage season, which was held on August 12th, which was also the last home game for the Hunters. At that, we raised a total of 3,000 kina from the barbecue sales, etc. So Santos and Newcrest topped up that amount to bring it up to 10,000 kina, which we presented to Cheshire today.
Chairman of Cheshire with Disability Services and Ruswin Integrated Solutions GM Kevin Buckby said small initiatives do make a difference and do make a change. The chairman reflected briefly
on how far Cheshire Home has come since 1965. He said 58 years of working with people with disability and improving their lives and giving them hope and a place to live.
People with disabilities. I actually prefer to say special needs. So for me, every single person is special and every single person deserves to be treated with respect. And so the people that we have here and the people that we help are just normal people. Their needs are just a little bit different. And they should be treated that way. They should be treated with respect. And over the last 6 months, Cheshire has been able to get 6 special need people from within our special needs community employed. How great is that?
On behalf of Cheshire Disability Services, General Manager Benson Ahambu thanked friends and Wantok for the donations, a timely gesture to see their programs through for the balance of the year.
Things need to be addressed here, especially in terms of program expansion and infrastructure development. But very much appreciative of all the sponsors coming through in whatever ways that they can through fundraising or in cash and kind to supporting our programs.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN News.
PNG Hunters superstar, fullback, and 2023 QRL Host Plus Cup Rookie of the Year, Moria Moria, is back home with his family following successful surgery on an injured ankle this week. The QRL Rookie of the Year injured his leg while making his international debut for Papua New Guinea's PM's13 representative side against the Australian PM's13 squad at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby last week. Moria's leg was caught up in an unfortunate tackle in the game, and the young fullback was forced from the field. Post-game scans revealed a small break in the young fullback's ankle. The PNG RFL and PNG Hunters said Moria successfully underwent surgery at the Pacific International Hospital and will continue to receive support as he progresses with his rehabilitation. Moria is expected to return to play within 6 months post-operation. The injury comes at an unfortunate time given Moria was likely in the frame for PNG Kumul selection in the upcoming 2023 Pacific Championships. And that's it for the news segment. Rex, what have you got for us in sport?
Thanks, Jasmine. In sports, when we come back, we'll have military indoor soccer and lay karate girls.
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy, so bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Want more data for less? Get it now with Digicel's revamped Red Club. Enjoy data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Plus rollover data, the widest coverage, fastest speeds, and best reliability. Only with Red Club. Join Digicel's exclusive Red Club today and get loads more data for less. Yes! Data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Whoa! Join today for as low as 10 kilo weekly to access discounted data bundles and get more data for less. Dial *675# or visit the My Digicel app today. The Red Club, only with Digicel.
I'm in trouble.
You stole from me, Freddie.
Dad, I've been shot. Are you a cop?
You assume you know what I want.
Don't answer the phone for nobody. Don't stop.
We're gonna be real gentle. You need to come back. They want blood.
What way?
For the first time ever, Backroads leaves Australian soil.
Hi, I'm Tanya Bale. I'm excited to show off a part of Papua New Guinea that's close to my heart.
To uncover the vibrant and resilient spirit of Rabaul.
It's a place where nature's glory can suddenly be eclipsed by its fury.
The mountains, the volcanoes, the ocean cannot speak. We will tell the story.
Backroads, Sunday on ABC Australia.
Thanks for staying with us in sports. The inclusive sports of the Momase Regional Youth Games held a one-day event, a first of its inclusion in the Regional Youth Games. Its inclusion was only for exhibition until the next game is held in either the New Guinea Islands or Highlands region.
The Games, formerly known as the Paralympic Games, is now known as the Inclusive Games due to many distinguishable factors involved with people with special needs. This time around, only Medang District is able to field in athletes for the Youth Games. With the commencement of the inclusive sports yesterday, officials are calling for more recognition for people with special needs, advocating for inclusiveness in decisions made by authority figures in the government. Marcus Apo, a technical official at the Regional Youth Games and the court director for inclusive sports in Medang, said even policies and frameworks have been done. It is not being implemented. Apo would like to see the inclusiveness being appropriated to people with special needs.
So we are really trying to break that barrier. And one of them is sports now, Momase Regional Games. So in there, only match comes to, you don't see a disabled person in there to know that, only including Mipla. So I'm 1% sorry, there's still barriers there. Also, the barrier free in Adisla, no that.
Apo added that youths with special needs in Medang have had a massive impact in sports over the years, but have never been given the opportunity to further their talents. Willie Vira, Tournament Director for Inclusive Sports under the PNG Sports Foundation, said athletes with special needs have played a role in putting the country on the map through organized national and even international activities. He clarified that under inclusive sports, there are many categories that athletes come under. Inclusive sports cover Special Olympics, which is for the mentally challenged, such as those with Down syndrome. Then there is Deaf Olympics, Paralympics, to name a few.
Our government really thinking of making inclusive will, then we have to utilize these people. So for this scenario, they were left out. They were not part and parcel of the opening ceremony.
Vira states that PNG Sports Foundation is bringing in other sporting codes apart from the normal athletics competition for people living with disabilities. Under the inclusive sports wing, they would like to see more investments from the government, NGOs, and the business houses in supporting them to roll out these programs.
It's slowly now gaining momentum. The only problem is there is no assistance from the NGOs and government.
Alice Peter reporting for TVWAN News, Medang.
The PNG Defence football team hosted the Chinese Navy cadet team in a friendly indoor football match today at the Taurama Aquatic Centre in Port Moresby. This military sporting activity is an ongoing program PNGDF has with bilateral partners. The program aims to create relationship among soldiers and strengthen bilateral relations with other countries. The PNG Defence Force had the opportunity to meet with military personnel from other countries and engage with them in social activities. They hosted fronts in the last programs and it was fun. Today, they had the opportunity to have a friendly soccer match with Chinese Navy cadets. Coach for PNG Defence football team, David Keapapa, said, they have had opportunities like this in the recent years and developed good working relationships.
Okay, basically it's a bilateral
exercise or programs between Papua New Guinea Defence Force and Chinese naval who is now in the country. They normally do their programs around the world, touring other countries and their defense force. Now we are having a friendly match between them, the Chinese Navy. I think mainly it's a friendship, and we express our culture.
David said soccer is among other sports they organize for visiting military personnel. They decided on soccer with the members of the Chinese Navy. Captain for the Chinese team, Lei Ching-Quan, who is visiting PNG for the first time, expressed that such social activities for military personnel is important in strengthening working relationships between the PNG Defense Force and the Chinese Navy.
And today we are having a friendly competition with the PNGDF, Chinese ambassadors, and the Chinese enterprise. And later we are going to have another final game with the PNGDF. And I think we can strengthen the communication and know each other better, and the friendship between the PNGDF and also the relationship between China and Papua New Guinea. Yeah.
The football match ended in favor of PNG. The PNG Defense Force team held off the Chinese Navy football team 1-0 in the grand final. Next stop for the Chinese Cadet Navy is Fiji before they return to China. The Makassar Softball Championship, recently staged in Indonesia, has again set the benchmark for the softball in Papua New Guinea. The Port Moresby softball men's team, making their first appearance at such international tournament, were up against some of the tough opponents from within the region, including Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and host Indonesia, only to fall short of making the finals. Despite not making the finals, they had some outstanding performances in the pitch bag catcher combination of Danny Tovia and Tony Williams. In the batting department, Sounds Anthony Deppel was the fire with the bat, backed up by Demas Tovia and Eddie Chan. Out of the 4 round-robin matches, Port Moresby won their first game 4-0, but lost to Indonesia Pirates 2-1, Baladewe 9-1, and Malaysia 6-4. Coach Tony Deppel said, with his experience, they now know they need to put in a lot of work to reach the next level. Inaugural Momase Regional Youth Games has been progressing well since Tuesday, September 26th, but there were some stoppages due to bad weather conditions. Andrew Ikufu, the Momase Regional Youth Games Volleyball Tournament Director, is hoping the sporting events, including volleyball, are completed in time. The volleyball tournament in the inaugural Momase Regional Youth Games has had some interesting matches with great competition among teams. The tournament brought some excitement to volleyball fans, but bad weather conditions had affected the first day of the tournament. Volleyball tournament director Andrew Ikufu said the code had completed 10 rounds of matches. He said although the event is running well, there is still a long way to go. The volleyball teams are expected to play 36 rounds of matches, 10 of which have been played. The code had 2 pools, Pool A and Pool B. In the men's division, Pool A comprises of 28 teams and Pool B 21. In the women's division, Pool A comprises of 21 teams and Pool B 28. With 10 rounds already played, 26 more rounds is expected to be played before the finals commence. Ikufu added that there were no major hiccups during the event and is expects the tournament to conclude well. To compensate for time loss due to bad weather conditions, Ikufu said the game's organizing committee is still looking to secure indoor complex for them to complete their games in time. He said, while they look for the indoor complex, the tournament will make use of the resources available. The Momase Regional Youth Games continues. Broncos skipper Adam Reynolds was announced as the NRL Dally M Captain of the Year, while Warriors coach Andrew Webster was named as the as the NRL Dally M Coach of the Year. Brisbane Broncos also dominated the NRL Team of the Year.
Warriors Andrew Webster was crowned the Dally M Coach of the Year in his first season in an NRL top job. Panthers pitcher Sunia Turuva was named the Dally M Rookie of the Year ahead of Jerim Bula, West Tigers, and William Warbrick, Storm. Broncos keeper Adam Reynolds collected the Captain of the Year, while Dragon star Matthew Fegai won the Try of the Year for his last-minute winner against the Roosters in Wollongong. The 2023 Dally M Team of the Year has been named, rewarding the best of the best in its position this year. Knights superstar Kalen Ponga was named at fullback, beating out Dylan Edwards and James Tedesco, whilst also winning the Dally M medal. While his Newcastle Patriot, Tamika Upton, also named the fullback at the NRLW team alongside Roosters star Taryn Aiken. Upton also took home the NRLW Dally M Medal of the Year. The National Rugby League congratulates the players who have been named in the 2023 NRL Dally M Team of the Year. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Kalen Ponga has become the third Knights player to claim the game's highest individual honour after being named the 2023 Dally M Medal winner at the glittering ceremony in Sydney on Wednesday night. The champion fullback joins immortal Andrew Jones and Danny Baderus on Newcastle's Dally M honour roll after a superb season in which he led the team back to the finals after they finished on 14th in 2022. Named as the Dally M Fullback of the Year in addition to the main award, Ponga had 21 try assists and 9 line breaks in his 20 matches, besting to life in the second half of the season as the Knights won 9 out of 10 games on the trot, finished in 5th position. Ponga averaged 145 run meters per game in 2020.
Southern, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms isolated over Milne Bay Province. Port Moresby partly cloudy with possible evening patchy drizzles. Daru few squally showers, drizzles. Kerama some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau mostly fine and Popondetta brief showers. Mumasa scattered showers and thunderstorms. Lake cloudy with evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Medang partly cloudy with evening brief showers. Wewak partly cloudy with a few showers and Vanimo some showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lorengau and Kavieng, rainy showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo Rabaul, windy with squally rain showers. Kimbe, windy with few showers. Buka, some showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, some showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas rough with southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Solomon Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Bismarck Sea, seas moderate to rough, becoming patches very rough over southern sector with southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots, reaching 34 to 47 knots over southern sector with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Pacific Ocean, seas moderate to rather rough with east to southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots. Coastal waters forecast, waters of Finchefin through Vitias, Dampier, straight to Siasi, Long Islands to Kaka Island. Seas 2 to 3 meters, rising 4 meters at times with southeast winds of 20 to 34 knots, reaching 47 knots at times, with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And that wraps up the news tonight. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.